welcome to another edition of Morning Market Call. I am here for segment 2 with Carine Clark, CMO, Chief Marketing Officer of Symantec Corporation. And for this segment, Carine, I wanted to ask you a little bit more specifically about Symantec. Okay. Tell our audience a little bit about the corporation and how you kind of came there.
Okay. Well, Symantec is the third largest independent software company in the world. Been in business about 27, 28 years this year. People are surprised to find out that we back up half the world's information. People are surprised to find out that 1/3 of the world's email goes through our systems. It's a wonderful place to work, and we're in every country. We have offices all over the place. If you look at the Fortune 1000, we're in nearly every account. Because of what we do, we secure and manage the world's information, really.
So most consumers are probably aware of Norton Antivirus,
right,
because a lot of us have it installed on our PC, but your business goes much deeper than that. And what are some of the scary threats, cyber threats, that Symantec has to help protect the world against?
Well, the cyber criminal has changed over the last few years. It used to be a kid in Russia who was, not happy, trying to hack into systems to be disruptive. But now we found and we see that most of the viruses and the threats are coming from organized crime. And they're trying to steal your identity, they're trying to steal your money, they're trying to disrupt your life. We have 300,000 sensors throughout the world that capture and catch these attacks. And many people say to me, well, there hasn't been a virus in a long time. It's not the case. It's that we're doing a really good job of stopping the bad guys. And we're just barely ahead of them, but we're still ahead of them.
Yeah. You read almost every month about some new security threat. We just read about the NASDAQ computer network having hackers, of course, the Iranian nuclear reactor situation, right, the Stuxnet worm. So it's definitely an interesting and somewhat scary area. Sounds like Symantec's doing a good job helping all of us.
Well, it feels good to be the good guys, because you mentioned Stuxnet. We worked with local law enforcement agencies, Interpol, because we were able to identify the attacks and create almost a dragnet and quarantine the attacks. And so they were actually attacking Symantec when they didn't know it, and then turn that information over to the authorities and give them the addresses of the 2 servers that were responsible for controlling these nuclear power plants. And what a scary situation to have anybody who could attack the power grid or the banking system or the NASDAQ, because that's our livelihood, that's our life. And there are bad guys that want to make it disruptive for us, and we're not going to let that happen.
Glad to hear that. So every year, for the last several years, we've had BYU MBA students go and work at Symantec. As a recruiter for potential future BYU MBAs that are graduating, what's your pitch to them of why they would want to come and work at Symantec?
Well, I love working with the students that come from Brigham Young University. They're bright, they're capable, they're hardworking, and Symantec is a place where there's really endless opportunity. Because if you look at what we do for a living, we're on the forefront of some of the most exciting things. So if you look at cloud computing or virtualization or mobility, imagine every single device that you own that has a processor in it. We're working to secure and manage those devices. We're working to secure and manage all the information, so students who come from the program can be part of that. And the company is 18,500 employees in every country, and so there really is opportunity for people that want to move outside of Utah, want to move back to where their family's located, want to try something new, perhaps want to move to Singapore. We work with some of the coolest partners in the world: HP, Dell, Intel, IBM, VMware. I mean, just run through the list. We have contractual obligations that we work with them. So it really is open for anything that you really could dream to do that fits in this space. You have the opportunity at Symantec. And so I love introducing our students to different parts of the organization and seeing them grow and progress and do a great job.
That's great. So for those of you that are interested, what's the best way, if a student's interested, that they can get on the radar at Symantec?
Well, we post all of our jobs online. My team, I have 5 vice presidents that live here in Utah, so we're on campus all the time. We're actually hosting a series of events. You can come to the site, you can come and see what we do, spend time with us. You can contact me. You can find me easily at Symantec. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer. And I've had people send me their resumes and say, could you just look at this? And I'll find a way to do it. But we want students to feel like they have an opportunity to work at such a terrific company that really they can dream and do whatever it is that they would like to do. But to have a tech company here in Utah, we have 600 people here in Utah.
And I don't think a lot of people know that Symantec has that large of an office here. That was actually
yeah, it's a development site. It's one of the larger development sites that are in the United States. We build our management technologies here, and there were a few acquisitions that were in Utah. They're all consolidated in Linden, Utah. So it's a great place to work.
And parting words of wisdom that you'd mentioned to me earlier, advice for BYU business students.
Well, I work with a lot of young people, and it's the same thing I tell everyone. Don't limit yourself. Really dream about what it is that you want to do, what you could become, what the world could be like for you and your family. And don't be afraid to go and chase that. I mean, who would ever imagine that the chief marketing officer for Symantec would be living in Utah? And it never occurred to me that I couldn't do the job out of Utah. It never occurred to me that I could have the lifestyle that I want in Utah with the people that I love and care about and still have this fantastic job, this wonderful platform.
Carine, thank you so much for being with us. You're a great friend and alumnus of the university and the school, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you. It's fun.
This has been Morning Market Call. I'm Doug Mumford, your host. Catch us at morningmarketcall.org, as well as follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and join us next time.
Morning Market Call is brought to you by the Marriott School of Management in cooperation with the Brigham Young University Department of Communications. MMC is made possible by generous donations from Larry Tasjan and Gary Williams. This show was produced by Jeff Butler, David Wood, and Doug Mumford, with line producing by Beth Grimmett. For more information, please follow us on Twitter and Facebook.